Hello, my name is Dustin Shelton, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make chocolate banana bread. After getting all the ingredients needed for the banana bread posted with the recipe that is also attached to this video, your first step would be to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, so that way it can be preheating while you do all of this. Next, in a medium-sized bowl, we're going to take 2 brown bananas. Use brown bananas so that way the sugars are broken down and so that it is nice and soft whenever you mash them. If you do not have brown bananas, you can just add a little bit of brown sugar with that molasses will help break it down as well and add some sweetness to it. So just mash these bananas until they're all combined really well. I use the back of a fork so that way it'll all combine very easily. You just want it really, really mashed. Once you have a nice mashed consistency, you're going to basically add all of your wet ingredients. So that will be your two bananas mashed, a third a cup of melted butter. Make sure to scrape all the sides off of it. The butter allows the bread to maintain moisture while cooking. Just mix that butter up with the bananas really nice. Just saturate the bananas where it's all mixed. Next, you'll add your around 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Two teaspoons of cinnamon. Maybe a little bit more. Then you will add just a pinch of salt. And you're going to add your sugar in here. Traditionally when baking, you usually will try to cream your sugar with your egg. But in this recipe, you'll just add your sugar in with everything else. 1 room temperature large egg. Just set that in there. Now we want to mix this up until well combined. Now that is well combined, in a large bowl, we're going to add our 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. Then we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. 1, 2, 3. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon, so it would be 3 of them. Now I will grab a whisk. You just want to, the reason you use a whisk for the flour is to allow any kind of clumps in your flour to be broken down. So you don't want any kind of pockets of flour in your dish. on your banana bread. So mix that up real well. Now, we have our banana mixture, our wet mixture. We're going to take this fork out. Now you get a rubber spatula. Just going to take this wet mixture and put it into the dry mixture. You want to continue using your rubber spatula, so that way if you try to whisk this all together, it's going to clump up and get all gunky in your whisk. So just take, and you want to mix this just until barely combined, and just until it's just starting to get all mixed together. These bananas, it'll look like it's a lot of flour for the mixture, but the bananas and the butter mixture that you have in here soaks up a lot of flour and allows it to expand really nicely. Like I said, you just want to get this just to where your flour's kind of, you don't see any more pockets of flour. Make it a little easier. See, now it's starting to, all the flour's starting to dissipate. Even though it seemed like it was a lot, it just sopped it all up like it was nothing. You want to make sure to scrape the bottom of the bowl too to make sure there's no additional flour. Now that there's not any more flour clumps, we're going to take chocolate chips. Any type will do. You can use dark chocolate, semi-sweet. You could use white chocolate chips. Just to your heart's desire. I usually use around 2 cups. Maybe 1.5. It seems like a lot, but once you get to mixing, you'll notice that the chocolate chips start to just disappear. And you want to have a pretty good spread, and you want to continue to mix this until well combined with all the chocolate chips. And that's what your batter should look like. Now here I have a greased loaf pan. You're going to want to take it and just scrape as much as possible into the loaf pan. You want to make sure it's greased very well because this is a very sticky dessert. When it gets done baking, you do not want to have to cut this out of there because then it'll ruin the integrity of the loaf. Now that you've scraped everything out, it's all in the prepared loaf pan. You want to just spread it around as evenly as possible to allow maximum rising potential. When you're greasing the pan, you want to make sure to do all of the sides, even the handles too. You know, if it was to rise up a lot, I like to take my spoon like that, my spatula, and just tap it a little bit. And there you have it. It should look like that. A nice level. And now, after that, you'll just shake this around a little bit. Give it a couple taps to try to get rid of any kind of air pockets in the side. Now that it's all level, you will throw it in the oven, your 350-degree Fahrenheit oven, for about 55 minutes to an hour until a toothpick comes out clean. Thank you. Bye.